are eggs which are covered by granulosa cells. These granulosa cells are, to protect the egg, there is a covering of the oocyte, and inside there is egg, and these cells, when they become more loose, so they become rays. These are called radiation. So if this corona means, which is the, at the time of eclipse, when you see the sun, there is a light, and this light goes like this. So this is radiation of the corona. So this corona radiata, if it is like this is a mature oocyte before denuding. And if you denude the egg, these coronal cells will give nutrition and communication to this oocyte which is inside, because it doesn't have any blood supply. So if you denude this oocyte will be totally exposed. If it is exposed, it will die. But if it is not exposed, it can remain in the same for longer time than the denuded one. So this is an area where we take out the eggs. The same egg, when it is denuded, the next thing which is looking like is the, you remove the corona, and this is the covering, which is a zone, which is a pellucid zone. Pellucid means translucent. So it is a pellucid zone. Inside the pellucid zone there is a cell. This cell is oocyte. This oocyte is having a covering, and in between there is a space which is called perivitelline space. Ashita has covered all these things, and its significance to the maturity and maturity is not entering into meiosis 1, because already it is in the prophase of the meiosis 1. So there is a nuclear membrane intactness, and inside the intact membrane there will be chromosomes which are in diplotin stage and about to separate. But this nuclear membrane, if it is present, then it is called germinal vesicle. Now if the egg is in germinal vesicle state and you remove the corona, and if you allow it to go for meiosis, then it might die. Second thing, if you remove this corona and this oocyte is not having this membrane, you cannot see the chromosomes inside, so you will not see a membrane in a meiosis 1 stage, that is M1. So there is a stage where there was a membrane of the nucleus membrane, which is general vesicle, and this is the meiosis 1. Now if it has resumed meiosis 1 and it is entering into meiosis 2, in meiosis 1 there is a reduction division from 46 to 23. So this 23 is here and another 23 is in polar body. So if you can see a polar body here, then it is entering into meiosis 2. So it is called metaphase 2. So it is called M2. This is the oocyte where normally follicle raises egg in natural fertilization. So if it is there, then there is a good oocyte which is polarized with polar body. Now with polar body, these chromosomes which are about to separate again, because you have to make 23 and 23 another pair. This is equal division. So there will be a collection of these chromosomes which are in pair, and they will like this and they will go like this in this direction. So half of will be remain here and half will come from sperm. So 23 will be given here and 23 by the sperm, so it will become 46. But this 23 which is remaining, which is out as another polar body. So this is happening after fertilization. So before fertilization, polar body is here, and all chromosomal material with spindle is here. You cannot see with common microscope. But if you do a polyscope, you can see. Now, why it is important? If you put an injection of this sperm here, no problem. But if you don't see this, and suppose this spindle is here, and you cross this spindle, you are damaging the spindle. So there will be fertilization failure or poor embryo growth. So these things, what she described is, these are very important subjects in embryology, and a gynecologist should have a knowledge who is in reproductive medicine, and I am very happy that she understood the matter. She talked with the embryologist, Madam Rinku Banerjee, and shown you all stages of germinal vesicle M1 and M2. Soon we are going to have polarized microscope also. We will show you the spindle also, and with that spindle we can have a better XC procedure. Thank you very much for your patient listening, and thank you very much